Cursing.
Stream of cursing. I'm appalled.
We need Samuel Jackson working up on this motherfucker.
James. It's funny because James's favorite fucking comment is cussing is the sign of an inarticulate motherfucker. He said, I'm pretty sure he has that tattoo on him.
Yeah.
So we're leaving. So the two girls. That's always a good sign. Like when they're getting serious. Hey, what protein should we take? What pre-workout? So they said Heather told her. Two of the girls from the shop. And it's crazy. One of them, like, she's worked out for. Cindy has worked out for, I don't know, at least a year now, I'd say. You know, going through the efforts, but like, she's fucking really something's gotten in her, and she's really made a serious effort. Yesterday, like, she's fucking cardioing on that machine like I couldn't keep up with her. It's fucking nuts to watch her go. So they came up today and said, hey, what pre-workout should we take? And I gave them some Neon Volt, and we kind of joking, like, do you have any heart conditions? We'll know it in a minute. And I said, who told you that we were using this pre-workout? She said, well, Heather told us that's what you guys were using, and we just wanted to try it. So
everybody's just seeing the back of his head. I
said, well, did Heather tell you that she has to shave her nipples now? And they laughed, and we all got a laugh over it. I told Heather, and Heather, dead serious, like, don't tell them that. They're gonna think I really shave my nipples now. I said, that's because it's not unbelievable that you shave your nipples. I mean, so okay. So Lance, how long have we known each other, you and I?
Early 90s, like in quite a while.
All right, math that up. What is that? 20 years?
Yeah, over 20 years we've known each other.
And you were a recon Marine when we met,
right?
And then you got out. Lance fucking married some crazy bitch and moved to Temecula. Is that where you went, or
no?
Where'd you move to?
Are you talking about fucking getting married in Vegas?
Yeah, I'm talking about after, and I did stand up.
Oh, man.
And when they said, anybody object, anybody have any objections?
You did object.
I did object.
My drunk ass wouldn't listen. And we were in Las Vegas at Graceland Chapels getting married by fucking Elvis.
That's right.
But
it was like some shit out of a movie. I did stand up.
Apparently that shit's real too. They take it for real. So I was married.
And so you moved, because Lance used to spend every weekend at my house in San Diego. He'd drive 45 minutes from Camp Pendleton to my house. Well, then he met this crazy bitch and moved to, where'd you move to?
To Tustin.
Tustin, that's where it was. So Lance got this storage unit, and somebody told Lance, hey, you're now a welder. The motherfucker couldn't weld.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But somebody told him he's a welder. So Lance got a welder and a storage unit and built this bumper and started calling me. Like, we couldn't text back then. He'd call me.
Yeah, they didn't have
he's
that
like,
shit.
hey, check out this Scorpion Mark 1 Mod 0. We're going to build these. I'm like, who the fuck is we? So he's trying to talk me into doing this desert race shit.
Hell yeah.
And we did some desert race shit. So we spent a lot of time and a lot of money chasing around fucking $1 million race trucks that we could never own.
B2TW.
Class 10 cars, class fucking 1. Like, trophy truck didn't even exist back then. It was kind of coming on the scene. I remember Tide laundry detergent was a sponsor of one of the trucks back then.
Yeah.
So that's where all this fucking Razors and Jeeps, that's where it all started. It's Lance's fucking fault. So Lance wants to do this shit and is trying to convince me his damnedest to do this.
It wasn't that hard. You were pretty much on board.
So, but there's this hour commute between us, and that was a problem. So then Lance gets a job as a real welder and actually learned how to weld somewhere. Fucking imagine that shit. And we kind of lost contact. Lance is moving around the country welding on boilers, and fucking one of the boilers blew up and almost killed Lance. And that's
Bad
what
day.
Can we?
Sure. Let's see. What's the day? The 3rd.
So hand the camera back to.
So 9 years, 11 months, and 2 days ago, had one blow up on me, and put me through a wall and about 40 some feet from the building. Killed a guy outside of the building. Some shrapnel hit him from the boiler. I sustained a traumatic brain injury and a spinal cord injury out of the deal. spent a lot of time in hospitals and stuff, learning how to read again, do math again. Had spinal cord surgery from, for all of you medical people out there, C1 to C6. Fought, you know, be able to walk right and get out of a wheelchair and shit. Be able to ride a mountain bike again, do all this stuff and everything. And you know, it's been a fucking battle every single day. It's been a fight. Lost my family. My wife left me through the process. Took my kids and everything. But hey, fucking that's the way life is sometimes. You got to tap, rack, bang, stay in the fight, and keep going. Keep putting one foot in front of the fucking other, and just keep doing it. And surround yourself with good motherfuckers. I mean, I can't stress that enough, because when you're down, and as you will get and stuff, and as life gets hard at times, you know, for different reasons or whatever, it's good to have a good team in your corner telling you can do it and go through and everything else. And honestly, that's kind of how I ended up back hanging out with John again, because I needed that in my life. I was at a point, I had plateaued. In fact, was probably actually going backwards quite a bit and not making progress, and life was just sucking, and I was having a harder time dealing with those malfunctions and tap, rack, banging all the time just to keep going. So made a little change in my life, and got back, connected back with John, with my brother, and things are going pretty good and everything else. I mean, still a fight daily. I have days like last weekend, I had nerve pain. I have nerve pain all the time, but sometimes it's worse than others. All I did was sit around and ache and fucking stay in bed Saturday, Sunday, and part of Monday. Didn't go to the gym on Monday because I was still hurting so bad. You know, and other things bring it on, weather changes and stuff. I used to think that was bullshit, that a weather change could, you know, I thought that was just like having a laminated light duty chip for sick bay type of deal. You know, the weather's changing, but I'm finding out as I get older as well, and my body's a little more banged up and been through a few rounds of things, that's actually true and everything else. But you know, I guess the biggest part through it all is that I have learned is, and a lot of things that I've learned through my training in recon and stuff, that there's guys, you know, like some of my TAC instructors and stuff, and senior NCOs in the company and things when I was a young roper coming up and everything, you know, words and things that they would say, pays to be a winner, you know, things like that echo in my head, that get me through times. You know, there's no bottom, there's no sides in the ocean. You got to keep swimming and everything. And that's what I told my my boys' mom, or my ex-wife. You know, I thought she was my swim buddy for life, and that's one thing. You never get an arm's reach away from your swim buddy. You never let anything come between you and everything else. And she just got tired, and I gave her the analogy. I said, babe, it's like we're in fucking 8 to 10 foot plungers in the surf zone, and they just still keep coming. And sometimes you're gonna get rolled across the bottom. You're gonna get sand in your mouth and shit. You might not even know which way is up before you can figure it out, and you have to start finding the bubbles and shit, because you can't even find the bottom to push off of. Well, that's kind of how my life has been for almost November 1st this year will be 10 years and everything. But you know, I told her, hey, I can't get out of the surf. I got to keep swimming. I got to keep doing this. Well, she wasn't much of a swimmer, I guess. She hung in there for a while, but she took off. But the thing is, even when other people don't believe in you and stuff, or even if they do, always believe in yourself no matter what. Always believe in yourself and just keep going. You know, like they say, 90% of life is just showing up. You know, shit, when I first came out here, I wasn't going to the gym and stuff. And honestly, I was kind of intimidated by it, because, I mean, these fools go to the gym every day and everything, and they live it, they work it. I mean, they're eating good, they're doing this and that, they're living clean. And I was intimidated, because I was like, man, I haven't been in a gym or really worked out other than physical therapy and stuff in a long time. But I just kept showing up, and surrounded with good motherfuckers, got a good team, I got a good set of swim buddies, right now, fucking for life. John has been for life. I remember calling him and asking him what kind of mountain bike I should get because I was so excited when I was out in California at Center for Neuro Skills, because if I could learn to ride a bike again and pass a bicycle exam and test, insurance would permit me to ride a bike. And John, back then we hadn't even talked in, dude, I called you out of the blue. I don't even know how I found you. I called you out of the blue. We hadn't talked in years, probably a good 5-6 years at least since I saw you last at that point. He hadn't even known what had happened to me at that point. And shit, man, it was just like we just picked right up, never missed a step. But he helped me in that, encouraged me in that, and guided me, and, you know, to a bike and stuff. And shit, now I mountain bike. I mean, a couple weeks ago we were out on some single track riding and everything, and you know, I do some road work on the bike and everything for some cardio and working on my balance and stuff like that and everything. But honestly, never give up on yourself. I guess if I had anything to say, it pays to be a winner. Never give up on yourself. Surround yourself with a good battle buddy or 2 or 3 or whatever, and fucking show up. Keep going, tap, rack, bang, get back in the fight, keep fucking going. Honestly, 90% is showing up. If you get your ass up out of the bed into the gym, I guarantee you'll do at least one exercise. It might only be 1 rep or something like that and you'll be done or whatever, but it's one more than you would have done if you wouldn't have went. And it's a start. And how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. So that's all I had to say, I guess, man. We're getting ready to head to the gym to do a WOD that's gonna suck and kick our ass, but it's gonna be good. We're gonna be getting stronger and better and everything else. And I hope you guys are doing things as such that, you know, whatever area of your life that you need to work on to improve and get better. I hope that you're focusing on that, coming up with a goal and a plan. Write those goals down. It makes a difference when you put them on paper and everything. And come up with a plan. Come up with intermediate goals and things like that. Like I was telling John when I got here, man, I've got a goal for November 1st for my 10-year mark. I've got several goals, not just one. I've got several. I've got one that I'm a little bit behind on the timeline, on my time scale, but all the others I'm achieving them, and I'm blowing them out of the water. And you know what? It's just a matter of having that vision in my face and having that goal and that thing to drive towards and keep going. You know, it's just like doing a crossover. I might fucking want air, but if I'm not to the other side of the pool yet, my head ain't breaking the surface. I don't care if I fucking shallow water blackout, because I'm not going to get out and get thrashed by fucking Roan and Fitz and all those other guys and Jonesy and Wartime Willie T. Rare, anybody else. But seriously, stay in the fight. When life throws a malfunction or whatever, just like on your weapon, you are a weapon. Tap, rack, bang, keep going. That's all I got.